Fellas, in the day and age when we looking for love, I just want y'all to remember one thing. If she not giving you that hawk to her, you don't need to talk to her.
It's all good, baby. I mean, I ain't gonna handcuff you. You know what I mean? If you wanna be out there, be free, baby. You know? I ain't tripping.
I just need to know. Are you guys okay? Like at what point does it stop being terrifying? That you have someone else's entire livelihood in your hands.
Fellas, I see the tears. Don't fall for it. Trust me. You gonna come in with your Superman complex, and she gonna be Lex Luthor sitting there waiting with the kryptonite. I'm telling you.
You know, it's like one of those moments again where it hits you that you're really a single parent. And their ceremony was beautiful. He cried, she cried. There was not one dry eye in the entire church. And I just lost it behind the camera. I lost it because I wish that was me. And as happy as I am for her, it's really hard for me. And when he started reciting his vows, talking about how much he can't even find the words to explain how much he loves her, and just how he'd never ever give up on her, and how he just thanked her and apologized for places where he was at fault, really crushed me. And it just always leads me back to this feeling of just feeling really defeated. And again, it's like I'm so happy for her, but it's like, God, why couldn't that be me? So I'm gonna go finish shooting her reception.
So if it was you and you were the one getting married, and you saw a video trending of your friends out basically saying why she wants to be you and blah blah blah, how would you take that? Like, do you think you would take that in the way where you'd be compassionate and kind of like be a bit empathetic to why she's saying that, or do you think you'd be like, this woman is jealous of me and she doesn't like me, and like how do you think? Because that's when she was in the car, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, I wonder how her friend is gonna feel when she sees this.
I would be angry.
You'd be angry?
Yeah, like I'm thinking, if that's how you felt, say it to me then. Why are you recording yourself and making yourself trend, talking about me? Like, I would feel quite angry, to be fair. That's the kind of thing you talk to your friend about.
I think it would definitely change the scope of our friendship.
Yeah.
It would definitely change the scope of our, because I'll be thinking to myself, so hold on. So that means the whole time you've been in this thing, taking your demonic pictures. You know what I mean? That's what I'll be thinking. I'll be thinking, you're a demon. That means your pictures are demonic. Like, you were smiling in my face, but you weren't happy with me. That's how I would be feeling. I'm sure after some time, the dust has settled, I'd probably be able to empathize. Do you know what I mean? But I think in that given moment, I'd be thinking, hold on.
Yeah.
So that's where when you disappeared, everyone was looking for you because you were flagging me off in your car. Or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went on one of the worst dates that I've been on yesterday. So I and this person were talking for a while. And
Yeah,
he's
she had a
I want to
chin
go on
like
date,
these.
let's go to dinner. Very proactive. He picked a place, picked a time. He was like, I'm going to come pick you up. While we're at the restaurant, I decided to play this game. There's this game that I play on first and second dates that tells me everything that I need to know about someone. It tells me if I should. One of the first questions he asked me was, how many dates have you been on this year? And I told him I've been on 3 dates, blah, 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 blah. Just give context, you know? So I asked
three
him
dates
about his
that
childhood.
week.
I asked him about his upbringing. I found it very fascinating, just asking more questions like that. The next question he asked me was, have you ever had sex with someone on the first date? And I said, no, I've never done that. Why are you asking me that? And he's like, no reason. I was like, don't you want to get to know other things about me? Aren't there other things you want to know? You can ask anything. And then he says, what's your dream job? If you weren't in this line of career, what would you be doing? And I was like, oh, okay, this is a very tricky one because there's something I've always wanted to do. I tend not to share it with people. It's something I hold very close to me. It's, I don't know, can you ask me something else? And then he says, is it OnlyFans? Excuse me, are you stupid? I said, what do you mean by that? So I go ahead and just tell him what it is. So he says, oh no, because you are ashamed. I said, who said I was ashamed? I said it's something that I hold close to me and I don't tell people so that they don't shoot it down. Does that sound like OnlyFans? Are you mad? So he says, oh no. That he was just wondering. But at this point, I could already tell the kind of person I was dealing with. The pattern of questioning already told me what I was dealing with here. So I asked him some more questions and then he says, what's your body count? I was like, I don't remember the last time anybody asked me that. It's just something that doesn't come up in conversation. So I went ahead and I told him and he says, oh, okay, I just want to be sure that you don't sleep around. I was triggered. I said, why? He said, because no man wants a woman that sleeps around. I said, hey. Let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. The thing is, I personally don't advocate for having a lot of sexual partners. I don't think it does anyone good, male or female. I've never met somebody that is well adjusted and has a lot of sexual partners. That's my opinion anyways. I said, it's okay for that to be a boundary for you. That's perfectly fine. But I don't think you have the right to speak for all people. I should find that is unbearable for you, someone else can bear it. I said it's not like people don't have these thoughts. They do, but people just do a better job at evaluating people than asking stupid questions like this. Then the next question he asks me is, how old is the oldest man that you've gone out on a date with? And I said 55. He pushed his chair back and he was like, what? Do you know how that makes you look? I said, how does that make me look? Tell me. He said, do you know what people would say if they hear that? I was like, trust me, a lot of the people on the internet have heard. People knew when I was going out on that date. Because I went on a date because I found it fascinating. And a lot of people found it fascinating as well. I was like, it's not you that'll tell me who I am. It's not people that'll tell me who I am. I know what I was doing there. I know myself. I know myself very well. Nobody said anything about it. Everybody thought it was fascinating. I don't know why you're tripping. He's like, so you mean you that fucked him? I'm quoting. I was too stunned to speak. Then the next words that came out of my mouth is there something wrong with you? And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I said, no, I actually need you to answer the question I just asked you. Are you sick in the head and is there something wrong with you? Do not speak to me like that again.
Most a guy should spend on a wedding ring.
I definitely want a huge rock, so I'm gonna guess that it probably cost about at least like $500,000.
I don't really know, but I would at least hope somebody's spending like 30,000 to 50, right? Like, is that the amount for a ring? Like 30,000 to 50,000. I say like 30.
Okay, so 30,000 is the max he should spend on a
The
ring.
minimum. I mean, I don't know how much rings cost.
Tell me how much
I'm
you think a man should spend on a wedding ring,
500K.
even though you shouldn't get married.
So I'm guessing it's gonna cost like a lot of money.
For him spending
But let me know
500K,
down
what
below.
does he get from you?
Hopefully I get to be the mother of the kids. I get to live a beautiful dream life, and he supports my career.
My ring, my cost, I say like 50,000. He definitely will have a loving wife,
A loving
uplift
woman that
careers and
support.
everything. So
I'd rather keep my 500,000. Fellas, tell me what you'll do down below. If you're new to the platform, hit that like and subscribe button. Peep.
Try to hold a real nigga down. You can't even hold yourself down, baby. And consider this my love letter to you. Cause you know, like I said before, it's a cold world